Welcome to this special episode of Unfiltered with Jax and Stapleton during this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Today's episode is part one of a special two-part series with a very special guest and is also our very first episode of our second season. So buckle up, grab a box of tissues, and meet our dear friend Ashley from Studio 1224.
Unfiltered has begun. It's time for the calm and the crazy train. Even when they disagree, besties they remain. So buckle up, grab a coffee, a smoothie or a beer. Jax and Stapleton Unfiltered is finally here. Coming to you from 1224 in 3. Coming to you in 2. Straight, always real, raw fun. Coming to you from Studio 1224. Unfiltered has begun. Unfiltered has begun. It's time for the calm and the crazy train. Even when they disagree, besties they remain. So buckle up, grab a coffee, a smoothie or a beer. Jax and Stapleton Unfiltered is finally here.
Cut!
What's going on?
Old age.
Old age?
Yep.
What are you, about 60?
About 65. Yeah.
Well, you almost hit that 1962, that 62 age. I can't wait till you hit 62.
1963.
If you hit, is it 63? My
last two
apologies.
before that, but.
We are in the studio and we are partially ready.
We got the furniture, we got the setup, we just don't have the
You can kind of see the
decorations
garage
yet.
behind me a little bit.
Still no AC, so if we're sweating.
We're sweating. Thankfully, bottomless, but underwear on. Oh, wait, you don't have
No,
underwear.
I don't. I'm free balling it.
Gross. Glad that's going to be your chair forever. That's disgusting.
That's why you made sure your chair was what?
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to have my name on this
It
one
makes
in the
sense
back.
now. I'm going to swap them out when you're not looking.
These are actually nice little bargains we got.
Yes, thank you, Nacho,
Yeah,
for the
Nacho,
hookup.
thanks
Appreciate
for the hookup. What's been going on with you this week?
Lots of work.
Even though this will air next week. Do you have any future stuff coming up?
Just big days. We have one day that's over 5,000 yards. If it all goes.
I don't know what that
will
shit
be
means.
a record-breaking.
It's all fucking
Yeah.
just concrete crap.
Yeah.
Cement.
Yeah. Cement.
She almost got attacked by a fly.
Friendly.
gonna
We have
eat
one
it.
freaking fly in here.
One fly. So, yeah, the coming week is supposed to be nicer weather.
I think we're
like
getting
it's going to
rain.
really be fall.
Rain.
So we'll be able to
Tuesday.
record. Yeah,
Yeah. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to go actually where it's cold.
Denver.
Denver actually is having some really cool mornings
I love fall.
and
You're just there
it's
for a
gonna be
day or
awesome.
two?
I'm sorry?
Just there for a day or two?
Through Wednesday. I come home Wednesday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll probably be the last trip for the year, just because of the weather and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But
Well,
who knows? I don't know.
Denver's fun. At least it's just an hour flight and
Yeah,
easy to get home.
easy to get home. Well, it just depends. Can be
Yeah.
delayed, so
Yes.
unfortunately.
Hopefully no snow.
No snow, but no upcoming other events. You're not taking any kind of travel, going anywhere?
Nope. Going to work and back home. Work and back home.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's all right. It's a good problem to have.
We do have a guest today.
So
and
excited.
We're very, very excited to have a guest today. We're going to hammer out some good information. And if you all know that this month, October, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and this particular interview was held off specifically for this month. So Stapleton and I will be right back here in a couple of minutes.
I love you, 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 I love you.
Welcome back.
Here we are.
We have our special guest with us, Ashley. She has come to join our lovely podcast for just Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're very excited to have her. Welcome, Ashley.
So happy to have you.
Yes,
and
we're very excited. Sorry.
So proud of you to do this. Just your experience, to share this is absolutely amazing. And you doing this, I'm just going to say right now, could save a life. So thank you for being here.
We always hope for that, 100%. I unfortunately have had one of my closest best friends. She did not pass away from breast cancer, but she did have breast cancer at the top, so at the very beginning. I don't know, I just think it is I think it should be awareness throughout the entire year, right? Because it is something that we just can't forget no matter what time of the year it is. What do you think, Stapleton?
Yes, what they say, you should check how often? Like,
You should be checking quite often.
yeah. And if you don't check,
Especially
have
if
your
you're
boyfriend
in
check, or your girlfriend check, or your wife or your husband.
Yep.
Check it.
100%.
Yeah.
I just wanted to kind of touch base a little bit, Ashley, on, if you can help us understand, like, actually when you said check, actually how did this come about? Like, how did you go in for, to go get your breasts checked, or did you find something? How did this come about?
I found it in the shower.
You found it in the shower,
Found it
okay?
in the shower, yeah, just regular shower, found it. It seemed unusual for me. But then you kind of play it in your mind and you think, did I feel that, or am I being crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And it was very prominent. So, I'm lucky that I come from the background that I do, where I work with local breast surgeon. So I kind of knew what I needed to do. I was 40, and in that year of having my first mammogram, which I hadn't done.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I needed to schedule that, and I kind of jumped on it
Right away, yeah.
right away.
So you haven't had a mammogram before that,
No.
I mean, the recommended age was 40.
is it?
Yeah.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 40.
Yeah, and it was October.
Yeah.
So I was almost 41. But yeah, I knew at that point, because I found a lump, I was going to be doing diagnostic mammograms instead of your basic mammogram.
Did you call the doctor right away? Like,
I think I found it on Friday. Monday, I had an appointment with my endocrinologist for my thyroid. It's literally right next to Cypress Women's Imaging.
oh, wow.
So I just walked right over and said, I found a lump. I know I need to schedule my mammogram and an ultrasound. She told me to get with my doctor. I immediately went on the portal, sent him a message, and I had a mammogram scheduled by that Friday.
Wow. That was pretty quick.
It was very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your mind was just,
I think deep down I knew, but I think going into the mammogram, I was trying to convince myself that, hey, this is no big deal. People find lumps
all the time, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think even still having the mammogram,
I think deep down I
just was like, okay, it's no big
but I
deal.
think going
Like,
Yeah.
don't panic until you have to.
I was
Right.
trying to
Right. So you said you went in on a Friday,
no big deal.
so you had to wait the weekend.
I had to wait the weekend, but I
So I think
knew
even still
really
having the
that
mammogram,
within minutes, when they did the ultrasound,
like, don't
she abruptly left and said, I need to get the doctor. Well, I waited a while, and then in that moment when she came in
had to wait the weekend.
and sat down, I knew that she was not going to get me great
They
news.
did the ultrasound.
And you were by yourself.
She
Yeah,
abruptly
and didn't anticipate it being anything.
Right.
I mean, you know, I think probably deep down I
And
knew.
then in that moment,
But yeah, and then it was tunnel. You know, when they say you have tunnel vision,
she was.
it was like my hearing went, like I was
Yeah,
underwater.
yes.
And I was hearing her
It
talk,
didn't anticipate
um,
anything. I mean, you
but
know,
not
I think
hearing her.
probably deep down.
Right.
I knew,
and then she said, do you have any
but yeah,
questions?
and then
I
it
thought,
was.
oh my
I didn't
God.
really hear
I've
it.
only had 2 seconds to hear what
Right,
you're saying. I
right.
had
Yeah.
no idea what I
It
was
was
even asked you.
underwater,
And I
and I
come
was
from having
hearing
been in
her
the
talk.
field of breast cancer, and I didn't even know what to ask.
How does one tell a person? How does it, what,
Oh my God.
I
I've
think
only
she
had 2
does
seconds
that.
to hear what you're
was it
saying.
just kind of matter of fact, or
Very matter of
just,
fact.
And I
this is what you
Yeah,
have, what we gotta
you know,
do?
This is concerning, we need to do a biopsy,
didn't even know
and then we'll know more.
So it's her profession. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I just
unfortunate
couldn't
news that she has to
imagine.
tell
One of
someone.
the best radiologists here in town, Dr. May. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to Dr. May.
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
concerning,
wow.
we need to do a biopsy.
So, as you got tested, what actually, and you found out, was it confirmed the following week, or she told you when you were sitting there?
She told me that it was suspicious.
Okay, it was suspicious
Yeah.
right then and there, so they needed to run more tests.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you actually find out that it was breast cancer?
The following week,
She
October 9th,
told me that
Wow.
it
Yeah.
was suspicious. Yeah,
I had been in contact with Dr. Cusick,
Yeah.
whom I used to work with. She could see me earlier to do the biopsy herself. And, you know, I think we were still just trying to
I had been in
You know,
contact with Dr. Cusick.
not do the what ifs. Let's not jump to any
She
conclusions.
Mm-hmm.
See me
Let's
early,
try to,
biopsy herself.
we'll know what we know.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
I think we were still just trying
and she
to,
did really great about trying to keep me calm.
you know,
Yes.
And
not
because
do
then
the
your
what
mind goes
ifs.
100
Let's not
miles an hour,
jump to any
and you think of
conclusions.
every bad scenario
Let's
there
try
could
to-
be. And
We'll know when we know.
she did great.
And she did.
But then I had to finally say, if it weren't me,
And
if it
because then
weren't
your mind goes 100.
you already knowing me,
And you think of every bad
what would you
scenario
tell
that could
somebody? And she said, I would be afraid.
Okay.
She,
So in that moment, I knew.
she did great.
That's,
But
yeah.
I had to
Wow.
find
But I'm a
out
planner.
it weren't me.
I needed to know that so that I could put my
You
plan in
already know
order.
me.
yes.
What would you tell
When you got the news,
You would be afraid.
what was the first thing, like, I need to tell my mom, I need to tell my kids, what went through your mind
But I'm a
about your
planner.
family?
I needed
Your
to
kids.
know that so that I
And you
could-
have a son and daughter.
Yeah.
And we could take a minute if you need.
my kid.
I wanted to, I just wanted to be there for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I don't,
my kids had just turned 20 and 16.
I wanted to,
You know, you always,
I just wanted to be there for them.
when you have kids,
You know,
you want to see them grow up.
my
Yeah.
kids had just turned 20.
Yeah.
Even with your daughter.
Yeah.
and
You want to see them
16.
get married,
Yeah.
have their own kids.
Yeah.
And I think cancer diagnosis makes you question, do you get to be there for
For
those
them.
moments?
You want to see them grow up,
And that was all I wanted to do. I
You
wanted
wanted to
to,
get married, have their
I
own
wanted to see them.
In those special
Yeah, I
moments
wanted
and
to see
everything.
them, grow up, and I wanted to have grandkids.
Yeah.
and, you know,
Would
so-
you?
That was what I wanted to do.
I do. I have a grandbaby on the way.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I wanted, that was
Yeah,
what
I
was
wanted to-
important.
That's the first thing.
Fighting for that.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Fighting for the visual at that time
Yeah.
of having
Yeah.
the view of
A grandbaby on
the
way.
kids and
Yeah, I
them
wanted- that was what was
just
important, was fighting.
growing up even more and becoming young adults and seeing where your
Yeah.
daughter will go from there after she
Yeah.
graduates and that whole visual, and I'm about keeping the visual.
Yeah.
You know, what you focus on increases.
Yeah.
I can remember hammering you a couple of times about you have to keep the visual of your future with your children and their future and all of that. So,
I would imagine through that's what your main focus through the whole thing is, to be there for your kids.
Yes. Yeah.
That's,
I mean, it was heartbreaking telling them, but they both are so resilient. And it was, okay, now we fight.
Ladies, talk to your primary care physician today about scheduling a routine mammogram.
And it was
welcome back. We have our special guest, Ashley. We had to take a little breather. This is kind of, I think with Stapleton and I, it is very near and dear to our heart with having one of our good friends with us today. She's actually my best friend. Just
what
so
the
you know.
fuck?
You have your right and dies and you're my best friend. Okay. But anyways.
I'm out of here.
So, Ashley, when you tell us about when you actually found out that and confirmed that you had breast cancer.
I knew, I think within 24 hours, Dr. Cusa called me. I was at work, and she confirmed that it was breast cancer, that we would know details on type by the end of the week.
Yeah.
And kind of that would tell us what we would do next.
So when you say type, I think I don't understand that part.
So there's ductal carcinoma, so it's just localized in the duct, and then invasive ductal carcinoma, which means it's now invaded outside of the duct. So I had invasive ductal carcinoma, and then it was kind of little blow after blow over the next week on your typing. I ended up having triple negative, so my breast cancer is not fed by hormones, which is the most aggressive type of breast cancer you can have. With me being 40 at the time of diagnosis, they automatically tested me for the BRCA gene, and that was the kind of like my third blow, was that I was positive for BRCA2.
Is this something that you could have tested for earlier? So it is.
So my cousin tested positive about 5 years prior, not knowing that she should tell anybody else in the family.
So is this something when you have kids, should we get them tested?
So you don't test children.
Okay.
It's a lot to carry,
Mhm.
even as an adult. But you should know your family history.
Mhm.
And I think that is the biggest thing that I can pass on, is know that family history. I had a grandmother, my paternal grandmother, so my dad's mom had breast cancer. My dad's mom had all boys. Nobody even thinks about men having breast cancer.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And,
true.
Wow.
and it's just not something they think about.
Mm-hmm.
But men get breast cancer not as much as women, but men have breast tissue and carry the gene as well as women. And so nobody even considered it in my family. And yeah, it came from my dad's side. So we knew when my cousin had reached out to me to show me her genetic testing, we carried the same identical gene.
Oh, we know.
And so we knew that it came from my dad.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you get the news, not only having breast cancer, but also being positive, what steps do you take? Like, what did they have you do with all of that information?
Well, really, I mean, I think the best thing about Dr. Cusick and her team, finding out that I was BRCA positive changed my course of treatment.
Okay.
So that automatically qualified me to do a bilateral mastectomy because you can't take the risk of doing a lumpectomy, and you can. You can make that decision that you want to do a lumpectomy with radiation, but your chances of having an additional breast cancer, things like that, just change with carrying the genetic gene. So it changed that. So we went from let's do a lumpectomy because I was triple negative. A lumpectomy with radiation was actually a better option when you have a breast cancer that's not fed by hormones. Your only option is chemotherapy, which is great because it's the one type of breast cancer that responds the best to chemotherapy. But you don't have any other dog in the fight after chemotherapy,
Gotcha.
except for radiation. Radiating a chest and trying to do reconstruction is really hard. So that changes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decisions you have to make.
I kind of want to backtrack a little bit because is this, and did you cover this? I don't know, like, do they test people for the gene when they find out that they have breast cancer? Or how does that?
I think there's a lot of qualifying factors
Okay.
to get yourself tested.
Okay.
Age plays a huge role. Breast cancer is kind of known as like your older age cancer.
Yeah.
So the younger you are, makes them say, is there something else playing into this
Yes.
that's allowed
gotcha.
somebody so young to have breast cancer?
Okay.
Family history. My having a grandmother have breast cancer didn't actually put me in that category of being tested, but being 40 did.
Okay.
So not everyone gets tested, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
The stats on that could have changed.
Sure.
So I'm a 22-year-old girl. I have the gene. Can I go in and say, take them?
Absolutely.
Really?
So they wouldn't do it. I mean, they potentially could do it at that age if you really wanted to do that. Depends on the type of BRCA you are, BRCA1 or BRCA2. Statistics show that with BRCA2, your age group of doing your prophylactic, so doing these surgeries before getting cancer, is going to be between age 35 and 40. If you had BRCA1, it's actually a little older than that, so 40 and 45, because BRCA1, you're at a higher risk of having ovarian cancer. So BRCA2, you're at a higher risk of breast cancer. Is kind of opposite. Are being BRCA, your genetic mutation, and it's a mutation that causes, everybody carries a gene that helps their body fight off a cancer. And with somebody who carries the gene, it's broken. We don't have that ability. So it's breast cancer, ovarian cancer, melanoma, pancreatic cancer.
All of them. Well, my best friend, my other best friend, sorry, that I grew up with, she had breast cancer, but she obviously went through treatment and all, and then was fine. After five years went by, and she was still good.
Julie?
Yes.
How old was she when she was diagnosed?
Gosh, I'm thinking she was in her 40s. But she also ended up with ovarian cancer, and that's what took her life, was ovarian cancer. Yeah. So it's a fucker.
Yeah.
You know, cancer really truly does suck
Yeah.
for many reasons. But everybody just has to keep fighting. No matter how you look at it, you got to still continue to fight the fight and help those that are going through it fight the fight and give support. What you got, Stapleton?
Well, I was just thinking, 22-year-old Ashley finds out she has the gene. What does she do?
That's a loaded question. Be more vigilant. I think I would have started the discussions with my doctors. You know, you start mammograms earlier. You start screening for ovarian cancer earlier. I would have stayed out of the sun and not, you know, put myself at risk for melanoma. I don't know.
Yeah. I think when something like this happens to someone that's young, it really matures them really fast.
Quickly.
Yeah. There's like so much that has come to a head that they are now, you know, thinking about their health, they're doing all the right things, they, you know, they don't push it to the side. I mean, I honestly believe that like they probably gained 10 years at 22 of all the things that they need to do. It's just insane, right? And you also think about them not going through the 20s and doing all the things that their friends are doing and things like that. But they grew up real fast.
Yeah.
So where you are, you found out you're, you know, you tested for the gene. What you are up against next is chemotherapy.
Yeah, I knew immediately when she called me that we would be doing chemo. I knew with age that was going to happen.
Okay.
And chemo, you go in, it's an injection. Is that?
It's
It's actually that day she said we'll have your port placed. So I have a
So yeah.
port in my neck, it's right in my chest.
Okay.
You know, had that one day.
And that's where they insert.
So it kind of looks like a thumbtack. Goes right into, it's just a little hard spot, and it's fed through your vein and down. And so that way they save your veins. It's definitely rough. I didn't know how long I would be doing chemo. In my mind, it was like 6 weeks, and it ended up being 6 months.
yes.
Ew.
I mean,
I don't know what made me think 6 weeks, but
Yeah, I
6
don't
weeks
know.
sounded like a good number.
Maybe it's
So did they know going in how long they were going to do it, or is it just?
Yeah, the surgeons know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what she does, is nothing but, you know, breast related stuff. So yeah, she knew that it was gonna be, you know, around 6 months.
And how many times did you go a week, or?
I went once a week, on Thursdays. That was the day I chose. So that I knew I'd probably be sick. I had somebody who'd recently gone through breast cancer, and she said about day 2 is when not feeling well, being sick, kicked in. I didn't want to miss work. I wanted to be sick at home, maybe on the weekends, and so I'd do it on Thursdays, which took most of the day. And then I was tired on Fridays, and then I was sick all weekend. And
Like
then
sick, throwing up, sick?
sometimes, yeah.
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 Is it like the worst flu you've? I mean, what's the sickness?
I think movies make it, for me, my experience with it had me a little bit more scared. But yeah, I was sick. I mean, they give you so much right now for anti-nausea. They load you up with Pepcid and IV Zofran and, you know, all the drugs to make you, for you to feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
some
to
of the
help
things.
ease it. And, you know, I mean, I had a great team that if I need to go in for IVs and get extra fluids, they
Mm-hmm.
would. If I said that day, hey, I need extra fluids, I'm not feeling well. Zofran at home. There was all kinds of stuff that I could use. But yeah, I mean, you felt like you were run over by a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you sleep at all?
Not the day of, and sometimes the next day, because they give you so much steroids
Oh, yeah.
that it created insomnia.
Gotcha.
So, I had trouble with that.
Yeah, definitely had trouble with that. Nothing that a good old gummy couldn't take care of,
Yes.
right? I mean, to me, I would be all
Yeah.
popping them all.
Yeah. It's funny because, well, not funny, but when Melissa Etheridge came out with her breast cancer, that's when she started to become marijuana gummies. She
Right.
really spoke out about that because it got her through
Yes,
her
100%. Yeah.
cancer.
I went to a few of the appointments, and the port, I think the first time that I saw them do everything, yeah, it was very interesting how, she just has this in her chest, and they have to, what do you call it? They have to make sure that it's clear first
They
before
flush it,
yeah,
yeah.
they have to flush it and make sure that she's ready to get her treatment. But not only that, she does have to get blood work done first, see where her levels are, and then it goes into the room and, they start doing the flush. And
Where did you have this done?
Cancer Center of Kansas, which they're a phenomenal team. Those nurses, they just take such
Yeah.
great care of you.
Really?
God,
Yeah.
I loved them. They were so good to her, and they're just good to everybody.
That's awesome.
And they were great to everybody who came with
Yes, they
You
would
know.
accommodate, like if I was working, they would get me a table and I would just work from there while she was getting her treatment, and they took care of everybody. They are amazing. They need to be more recognized,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of things that they have to do, so.
The people behind the scenes that got you through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that you don't
Recognition, yeah.
realize,
yes,
how many people you have in your corner.
Right.
yeah. It was amazing. We're gonna take a short break and we will be right back.
Welcome back. Hey, let's talk mammogram. I'm not gonna lie. If you've never had one, I'm gonna tell you, they absolutely suck. And if you've had them, they suck. You'll agree with me. They suck. Let me tell you what happens. You make the appointment. You go to the appointment. You sit in the waiting room. And you see women going in and out. And you wonder the whole time, what's their story? Do they have it? Is this their first time? Just everything goes through your mind. Then you start wondering, what if it's me this time? I'm a what if person, which I absolutely hate that about myself, but I've been that way ever since I was little. Not gonna change. What if? What if? What if? What if I'm okay? What if it comes back negative? Nothing. That's what I need to think, and that's what you need to think too while you're sitting there waiting. So anyway, they call your name, you go back, they give you this sexy gown, they ask you if you're wearing deodorant, and if you do, you need to wipe it off. I always have to wipe off, Jax never does. You put the gown on, open in the front, which makes such a sexy picture. You walk out when you're ready, the tech takes you back, she positions you the way you need to be positioned, and then she has a paddle that she pushes so the machine comes down on the platform. You're about 2 inches, a woman's 2 inches, not a man's 2 inches. 2 inches, your boob, like a pancake. She tells you to hold, you hold, she runs around, and then she starts taking the pictures. And then she says, breathe. As she tells you to breathe, it comes back up, you breathe, and your boob goes back and inflates again until the next time. She does that for different poses and then goes on to the next. Not gonna lie, it is horrible. It sucks. Nobody likes that. But you know what? Mammograms help detect cancer early when it's the easiest to treat. You need to get in there and get it done. In the US, the average woman's lifetime risk of developing breast cancer is 1 in 8. That is scary. And the older you get, the risk gets a little bit higher. So get in there, get it done.
Thank you for watching this week's episode. Sound and theme song by Jazzy, produced by Jax, Stapleton, and Jazzy. Listen to Unfiltered on Spotify or follow us on the socials. And check us out at jaxstapletonunfiltered.com.
Special thanks to our special guest and dear friend Ashley. Thank you for sharing your story with our Unfiltered viewers.
Catch part 2 of Ashley's story during next week's podcast.